Hello and welcome. And today I want to talk about getting your work completed. We all are victims of mostly starting projects, getting in the middle of a project, but sometimes we don't make it to the end of the project. So I wanted to talk about different strategies and techniques that I've learned over the years that helps me get through completing projects. And today, to help me explain these strategies, I'm going to be referencing the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. And in that book, he breaks down pretty much why we don't complete projects, but most importantly, how to complete it. And by doing so is we break down the task in such smaller tasks, smaller habits to get the job done. If you have a habit that you wanted to create, do not look at the entire goal, the whole goal of, hey, I'm going to write a book and it's going to be 400 pages, so I'm going to write 400 pages. Sometimes it's better to break it down as in, I'm going to write a page every hour, or every day I'm going to write 10 pages, or every day I'm going to write 5 pages. You're breaking down the habit so small, you're not looking at the end goal of, I'm going to complete a 400-page book. I'm a big fan of the reward system. You have a big task to complete, and you break it down into smaller tasks. And in order to get the work done, you're going to need a heck of a lot of motivation. So why not motivate yourself with treating yourself every time you complete this task? For me, it's if I take care of a big project, then I'm going to treat myself to a $10 Amazon purchase. Or if I complete this bigger project, I can spend, an hour of playing video games. I'm looking at the hour of playing video games, but to get to that hour of playing games, I need to complete this drawing. This drawing may take a few hours. The longer the project, the bigger the reward. I feel like that's a great motivator within itself. And that's what James Clear describes as temptation bundling. And that means you're going to complete this task, you're going to reward yourself. That's my favorite way to get the job done. If you need any project needs to be completed, that's kind of a bore, chore that you don't want to tackle. Just tell yourself, hey, this needs to get done, so I'm going to reward myself with watching TV for an hour because I just completed this hour or 2 hour long task. And remember the principles of temptation bundling. Pretty much pair an action you want to do with an action you need. Sometimes it can be a simpler task. You bundle it with the harder task. They always say body in motion stays in motion. And a lot of motivational speakers will speak on first thing you need to do when you wake up is make the bed. Many people have different reasons for making the bed first thing in the morning, but I always get it's just the momentum. If your first task in the day is sit around and look on the computer or at social media or whatever, that's the start of the day. How's that putting you momentum to get any other things completed? But you can make the bed when you wake up. You can vacuum the floor or exercise. There we go. That's a good one. You make up the bed and you say, hey, I'm going to go do 20 push-ups. And talk about temptation bundling. For those who don't like to work out, if you can complete 10 push-ups, the body just rewards you with these feel-goods. But to get back on topic, we want to know the secret, which I've explained, to get the job done. I would say the best strategy for myself is temptation bundling. Now, you should definitely take a look at the book Atomic Habits. It has a plethora of advice for those who struggle with getting things completed. And there's many, many more books on the issue. I'm just focusing on what works for me. And most importantly, I want you not to focus too much on the end goal, but mainly on creating habits, biteable habits that can get you to the end goal. Because some of us have big goals that may take a long time to achieve. So in the middle of waiting to get to that goal, you may not, it's hard to stay motivated in that process. So if you wanted to lose weight and you wanted to lose 20 pounds, that's going to take a while. But if you dropped a pound or two, or if you dropped calories, you're eating better, that's a reason to celebrate. You can celebrate by letting the chemicals rush to your brain by doing 10, 20 push-ups. Your reward is doing something healthy, and your body rewards you with chemicals to the brain that makes you feel good. And to get on the last topic, most importantly, to get the job done, it takes repetition. It takes tolerance building. And what is tolerance building? It's going from drawing a picture a day to moving on to 2 pictures a day, where maybe the idea of drawing 2 pictures in one day was drooling, but through the experience of just drawing once, you kind of build up tolerance to draw more than one. So when taking on a job, make sure it's something that you can tolerate, because if you can tolerate it, most likely you can complete it. And as you build up the tolerance, you can take on more bigger projects. So don't attempt to take on the big projects first. Start small, work towards something big. That's my advice. And with that, I'm heading out of here. See you in the next video.